Hey, I was talking with a buddy the other day who's been trying to decide whether to finally replace his squeaky old squat rack with something that feels more like a real gym. He's got a decent amount of space in his basement, but he's also worried about spending a ton of money on a piece that ends up collecting dust because it doesn't fit his routine. I get it, nothing's more frustrating than buying a big, expensive home gym piece only to realize it's either too specialized or just too bulky for daily use. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The RitFit M2 3D Smith machine is pitched as a commercial-grade all-in-one solution that brings the convenience of a selectorized weight stack into a home setting. That promise alone raises a few red flags for anyone who's ever bought gym equipment. Will the machine truly feel solid enough for heavy lifts, or will it be a compromise that looks good on paper but falls short in the grind of everyday training? The good news is that this model actually tries to address those concerns with a few concrete design choices. First off, the true 3D movement claim isn't just a marketing buzzword. The bar on this Smith machine can travel along a guided path while still allowing a small amount of lateral shift, which mimics the natural arc you'd get on a free-weight barbell. In practice, that means you can perform bench presses, squats, and overhead presses without feeling like you're locked into a rigid rail that forces you into an unnatural position. For anyone who's been burned by traditional Smith machines that lock the bar too tightly, this is a noticeable improvement. I tried a set of flat bench presses with about 100 pounds on the stack, and the bar moved smoothly without any wobble, yet it still gave that reassuring side rail support when my form slipped a bit. The weight stack itself is steel and uses a selectorized system, which eliminates the hassle of swapping plates. You just turn the pin and the desired resistance drops onto the bar. For people who are new to strength training or who prefer a quick transition between exercises, that's a real time saver. On the flip side, the stack maxes out at around 200 pounds, which is fine for most beginners and intermediate lifters, but seasoned powerlifters will quickly outgrow it. If you're planning on pushing past that threshold, you'll need to look at a machine that accepts external plates or a dedicated power rack. Another practical point is the size of the power cage, 60 mm. It's a compact footprint that actually fits into a standard garage or a spare bedroom without demanding a whole wall. The cage's dimensions also mean the bar's travel is limited to a safe range, which helps keep the bar from crashing into the floor or ceiling during deep squats. In real-world use, that translates to less worry about ceiling height and more confidence that you can go low enough for a proper squat without adjusting the machine each time. However, the compact cage also means limited space for accessories. If you want to attach a dip station, landmine attachment, or a cable pulley, you'll quickly discover there's no room on the frame itself. You'll have to buy extra accessories that bolt onto the side, which adds to the overall cost. Shipping is something that trips up a lot of buyers, and RitFit is transparent about it. The M2 3D comes in separate boxes. The cage, the weight stack, the bar, and the electronics each have their own package. That can be a blessing and a curse. On the plus side, the smaller boxes are easier to maneuver up narrow stairwells or through garage doors. On the downside, you'll need to allocate a little extra time for assembly, because you're not just pulling one big unit out of a single crate. The instruction manual is fairly detailed, but you'll still want at least an extra pair of hands for the final tightening of the cage bolts. Now, who should actually buy this machine? If you're a home gym enthusiast who values a blend of safety, convenience, and a touch of gym-like feel, the RitFit M2 3D is a solid middle ground. It's especially appealing for people who are just getting serious about strength training, those who prefer a structured environment without the hassle of loading plates, and anyone who lives in an apartment or a small house where space is premium. The 3-year warranty also adds a layer of peace of mind for those who worry about wear and tear on moving parts. On the other hand, there are clear reasons to walk away. If you're an advanced lifter who regularly benches 250 pounds or squats that much, the 200-pound stack will become a ceiling pretty quickly. Likewise, if you love customizing your setup with a full suite of accessories, cable crossovers, lat pull-downs, or a dedicated leg press, the M2's limited attachment options will feel restrictive. Finally, if you're looking for a machine that can serve as the sole piece of equipment in a commercial-style gym, you'll probably need something more robust, with a